Why are you
It was just the 3, 2, 1.
You mean iCarly? Okay, hello everyone.
Hi, welcome back to Our Hollywood. I'm Kim,
I'm Daniel.
and this episode is going to be the evolution of female superheroes, which doesn't go back as far as you would think.
No,
not a lot of material, but the future is bright. And one person that I know in my life that absolutely loves superheroes, that was like the first thing I realized about her when I met her, is my friend Darby, and also Daniel's friend now, but Darby Neveu. So hi, Darby.
Hi.
Waves. So like, tell us about yourself.
Okay. My name's Darby. I graduated this past May, I guess, with a film and TV degree at Cal Lutheran. What else? Recently, I interned at General Hospital, the soap opera, which also, fun fact, shared,
That's so cool. I know that.
and it shared the lot. They had Marvel offices on there, and that's why I was that and only
That's
that.
smart.
But I interned there, and then I've also worked as an assistant for a freelance videographer, and we worked for this nonprofit that aids sexual assault survivors. I also worked for a small production company called Blue Sky, where they did like Lifetime movies, and I was a production assistant, and that's.
Did you intern at a Hallmark movie, or did I imagine that?
It was like they were the production company that made it for like.
Oh, okay.
Lifetime,
I remember I told my mom about that because my mom loves Hallmark movies. So I was like, I know someone that interned on a Hallmark movie. She was very impressed. She wanted me to do it, and I was like, I don't even know.
I feel
Hallmark
like
doesn't want me.
Very chaotic. I feel like
it was very chaotic. Everyone was nice though. That was a good thing. I learned a lot, and everyone was nice. So
yeah, a lot of set experience that this woman has.
They pump out movies so quick.
They do.
Hallmark.
It's really scary.
But yeah. Also, you have a lot of. What is the word? Like you have a lot on your resume already.
Yeah.
Like wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I was spread. I feel like it's spread out though, so it's not like very like condensed.
I feel like you did a lot, but like.
But like listing it, I was
like,
wow.
It's impressive.
I feel like I did a lot, but I feel like because it was spread out, it feels like I didn't at the same time. But now I think about it, I was like, yeah, I did. I did that.
And then how did you get into film? Like what made you want to be a film person? What do you want to do?
I think growing up, because I watched like so many movies, like always with my dad, it was like action and sci-fi, like Star Wars, and, like action movies, like Indiana Jones and stuff like that. And then with my mom, it was like 80s movies and like older movies that I kind of like, we always were watching something. And then when I got into high school, that's when I started watching all the CW like superhero shows, and that's when I started going to Comic-Con too. And I think like I feel like it was like watching The Flash was like the big thing for me because I loved it so much when it was like first on.
Sorry, it was like literally same. Okay, sorry, keep going.
And I think that like I don't know, I really like I honestly can't remember why, but I think that's why.
Nobody actually remembers exactly why. Everyone's just kind of like, yeah.
In one of my classes, they were like, tell me why you like film. And I was like, and I made up some story about me seeing Jaws when I was like, nah.
You made up a story?
Yeah, because he picked me first, and I was not prepared at all.
I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, I wasn't ready.
Jaws.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god,
you had to pick
Jaws.
like a pretentious film too.
Oh,
not pretentious, but like like a cult,
like
a film school movie.
Jaws a cult?
Not that was the word thing. Bad thing. I meant like it's like
a very large.
Yes, a very blockbuster, like a film major. Like when people are like, "Oh, you're a film major. Have you seen Pulp Fiction?"
Yeah, I might
it's
as
like
well
one
have
of
said
those.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, you might as well. Sorry.
Anyway.
Anyways, so I guess like now we'll just transition into like what this podcast is all about. Yeah. Starting off, I put this here. Who's your favorite female superhero? Mine, I will start.
Okay.
It's like icebreakers. I'll start.
Okay.
Mine is Gamora. I love her so much because I just love how like, yeah, she has a love interest, but like she's in control of the love interest.
Tea.
And she also has like her story arc, like with her family,
Mm-hmm.
is just so interesting, and it carried Endgame.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
and I don't feel like a lot of people give her enough credit. And she, like, her morals are just like so great, especially because like I feel like sometimes with alien like superhero characters in general, like they kind of like bleed the line, they start acting like humans. But I feel like Gamora's character actually acts what I think an alien would be like when she's interacting with like humans,
Yeah.
you know. So I appreciate her in that, and also I just love Zoe Saldana. But also
great.
growing up, I was obsessed with Teen Titans, so I'm a big fan of Starfire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't even forgetting that all of those existed.
Yeah. Yeah. I was really thinking about it, and then I Googled female superheroes just to make sure like I was right about Gamora, and then Starfire came up, and I was like,
Starfire is
I literally was obsessed. I was obsessed with her.
What do you think of the like live action TV show version of her?
Um,
Well, at least the look of it, because I haven't actually seen
I don't
the show.
like the look of it.
I've seen it. I really liked the show, but I know when it first came out and like the promotional pictures,
The
everyone
promotional
said
pictures
it
were
looked like
ugly.
a
I was like,
hooker.
is this supposed to make me want to watch this?
Yeah, and people were dragging and being so racist
Oh yeah,
towards the
people were being
actress.
racist
Yeah.
as heck.
Very much.
I don't really like the aesthetic of a superhero show. Like it's very cheesy. Like it's like
Yeah.
it very much more goes into the cheesiness aspect of superhero, just like the way they look. But I think it's just because the way that TV films, that's kind of like
Yeah,
how
I
they
think the
have to
best
do.
superhero shows feed into that,
Yeah,
and they know
100%.
that they're being cheesy.
Supergirl.
Totally.
So cheesy. We'll get into that.
Okay.
Darby,
Darby, your
yeah,
turn.
your turn.
Who's your favorite female superhero?
Oh wait, hold on. Another thing about the Teen Titans thing, I have always wanted to make a live action version. So when the live action version got announced, I was like,
I mean, I guess we still can. We'll see
yeah,
how this
reboots
one.
happen all the time.
Yeah.
So, anyways, sorry, just want to get that off my chest.
Oh God, I don't know. I'm bad at.
You could list as many as you want.
Yeah.
Just like
I
your
guess-
top ones, top 3.
I do like. When I was thinking about this, I really, because I am a huge fan of like the Daredevil TV series on Netflix. Like that was like one of my favorite like TV series ever, and I really liked. There was a version of Elektra in that, and like the second.
Yeah, I think it's like the second season in like Defenders where.
Yeah, I liked because I haven't watched in a while, but I remember liking her like a lot because I just love this series in general. But it's hard to remember because it's been a while. But I think also probably Wonder Woman. That's like just the movie. The movie obviously made me like attach more to her, but like I don't remember ever being like Black Widow when that came out because that was like the start of all of, like the more popular superhero like genre. I don't remember. Like I remember being like I like her because like she has like red hair, but like being like attached to her. I think I liked a different character more, but I don't really have like one specific one. I think
honestly, same about the Black Widow. I was never attached to Black Widow. I was just like,
I know. I think we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But
maybe I'll discover one.
No, yeah. I don't even know. I think a Storm is my favorite.
Yeah.
I love Storm.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
I didn't think about that.
Well, there's a lot of female superheroes.
There's a
in the
lot
X-Men.
of female superheroes in general, but like they don't get.
But the X-Men has like.
They always the X-Men have a ton. I didn't even think about X-Men.
I love
You
Storm.
like Jean Grey, yeah.
Yeah.
Then.
Like her power is
She's
just so
good.
cool. Like
I was literally just about to say that.
Like if you think of it, you're like, that's so lame. But then when she like does stuff, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, when her eyes go white, it's just so cool. Halle Berry, iconic.
Halle Berry.
Really.
We're gonna talk a lot about Halle Berry today.
Yeah, I'm glad she got Storm because
I know. I was thinking that when we were talking about Catwoman, I was like, only she.
The actress that does the Storm in the new.
Alexandra Shipp.
Oh, okay.
Love her as well. But Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think also just to like set this up, like our knowledge about comic books slash like in movie TV, like how into we are of it, because I definitely am not as into it as Daniel and Darby.
Mm-hmm.
So like for me, I have watched I think almost every single Marvel. I'm a big Marvel person. I love Marvel. I ride or die for Iron Man, even though he's like the embodiment of capitalism, and
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that, but I just love Robert Downey Jr. I think. And I don't really know anything much about DC. I know a little bit. I know a little bit about Batman because my one of my uncles growing up obsessed about Batman.
Really?
Still obsessed, obviously. So like I know a little bit about that, but I don't know too like when I'm going to see a movie, I'll like Google like the
Right.
history and like maybe I'll read something about it just so like I know going into it what it is. But I didn't grow up like reading comic books. I've tried to be that girl. I really tried to be
So
like
have I.
I'm the quirky girl that reads comics. Like I tried to be her, but
You with the what's Scott
I
Pilgrim?
did watch. I actually did. That's my comic book experience. Is Scott
Okay.
Pilgrim.
That's good enough, honestly. Okay, Darby, Marvel or DC? That wasn't all, but I just feel like you said Marvel, so.
Yeah. Too.
Probably Marvel.
Really?
God.
It's so
No, it's
good.
okay. Like, I'm not telling you which one do you like. Like,
God.
you can only watch one, but like.
Yeah.
I think I like the way, maybe it's hard to say because I feel like I'm like, being a film major. I like the way Marvel did things more than DC. So I feel like I'm more
DC flopped.
DC's a mess.
Yeah,
They
it's
had
like
such a good start too. They had
Yeah.
they had years to start it. Like with the
And
like the Dark Knight movies and like they could have had a leg up, but they messed it up.
yeah.
Marvel just knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree. They could have it was just weird watching it like throughout the past couple of years, like the way they've done things.
Mhm.
I've just been like, it's interesting, and I know everyone compares it to Marvel, so I do give them that like they are being compared to like that like empire and franchise in a way that's like hard to do because of like money and resources and whatever. But
well, because they just tried to universe build, like they just started and they.
Yeah, they were like Justice League off the bat. I was like, okay,
No.
slow down.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, where's the hello?
They introduced like 6 new characters in that movie. I was like, oh my god.
I couldn't follow. It was so. Anyways.
and there's a lot of stuff that came out just like this past week about the guy that played
Cyborg?
yeah, about a lot of stuff of how he was treated and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Jason Momoa was like, they wanted us to die on the set. Like when they were doing reshoots, they were just not treated well. And they're all huge movie stars.
Yeah.
So if they weren't treated well, anyway.
there's just a lot of like gray area in that I'm like, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Did you say yours?
What?
Like what you?
DC.
Yeah. But you watched. Read comic books growing up and stuff.
Not so I tried to, like you said, I tried to be that girl, but like I read a lot of the one-off stories. So like I read like there was like the one series where like the Joker and Batman, I think it's called The Killing Joke. I have all of those. And like I'll read like the one-off ones, but I can't keep up with like 170 points.
Yeah,
and they're expensive.
But like you guys go to Comic-Con and stuff, like you're in the know.
I'm very into.
You guys are in the know. Like you're in the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hear it on Hollywood Reporter. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, like but right before we were about to record, I texted them. I was like, they just cast She-Hulk, and Kim was like, okay, cool. Like, whoa,
they announced that at Comic-Con. I think like the TV series at the Marvel panel.
Yeah. See, I'll like look at it like when everything's announced. I don't have it like when it's all coming out at the same time.
Like slowly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, BuzzFeed quiz time. Our favorite thing to do. So this BuzzFeed quiz is which 2 badass female superheroes are you a combination of? Mm-hmm. So I like this because it includes both.
So is it one Marvel and one DC?
I think it's one Marvel and one DC. We'll see.
Okay.
We don't know because I resisted so hard to not take it. Okay, so the first question is pick a Marvel movie. Iron Man, Black Panther, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor, Captain America. This is so hard.
Oh, wow.
I think Iron Man for me.
What are you putting?
Iron Man.
Okay. What are you picking?
I am picking Captain America.
Okay.
I love that movie.
I'll do Guardians of the Galaxy.
Me pressing the wrong one. Okay, Captain America. Okay, pick a DC movie. The way there's only 4. Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, Dark Knight, or Justice League. Also, before
the poster for Justice League is so cool.
The way that when we went to go see the Suicide Squad pre-screening, we vlogged it and we raved about how good it was.
Yeah.
And that will happen for the rest of my life.
It was I liked it still.
I
enjoyed
I was like, wow.
As like a superhero, like a universe building superhero movie or anti-hero movie, no. As a standalone, I liked it.
It's not bad, but
not
it's
as bad
definitely
as everybody says.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I understand why people have like their heated opinions
Yeah.
about it, but like as a movie, I like that's a movie I can watch over again.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I like
absolutely.
it. I
It's
like the
entertaining.
aesthetic. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's because I love Baz Luhrmann and like that gritty, like
But colorful.
the colorful
Yeah, I
like
love that.
aesthetic. I love that, so that's why I like it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna pick The Dark Knight, which is very basic, but it's
It's
my favorite
it's
of
a
these.
great movie.
Yeah.
What about you, Darby?
I do like I'll do Wonder Woman, I think. I think I'm more
I'm gonna do Wonder Woman 2 because that out of all of these, like I sobbed in the theater when I
Wait,
watched
what?
that
I
movie.
remember you texting when the airplane thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Airplane thing, guys. If you don't know what happened, you need to get over it.
I didn't want to spoil
You
it.
need to
but-
watch Wonder Woman. But I have so many videos of my coworkers videotaping me crying. Like I was like literally hunched over, like sobbing after. Like it was that. I don't know why I got so attached to him. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, pick a superhero TV show. Supergirl, The Flash, DC Legends of Tomorrow, ooh, fun. Arrow, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. I'm gonna pick Supergirl because that's the only one I've watched.
That's embarrassing for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Okay, Darby?
I think I'll do Flash because that was my like OG one.
Go. Okay.
My mom loves Arrow.
Same. Arrow was the first one I saw, and Arrow's
Yeah.
what got me into like superheroes in general.
Really?
Because I was like, what? I remember one character showed up, and it was a big reveal, and I was like, I have no idea who that is. And then I like looked it up, and I was like, wait, like superheroes are like a big thing. And then that's what. So whenever that came out, like 2006.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was like probably one of
Yeah.
the first, right?
But I'm not gonna
That
pick
was, like,
Arrow
40.
because towards the end I was like, eh. So I'm gonna pick DC Legends of Tomorrow because it's the only one that I still watch out of all of it. It's so
Really?
good.
How long has it been on?
Legends of Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
2 or 3 seasons.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I wouldn't know that.
But I just love the concept of it. It's like
I like the concept.
like they pluck characters from each of the superhero TV shows and they put them on like a time
Oh.
traveling spaceship.
Yeah.
And every season they like
Cool.
rotate out characters.
Yeah.
Love
So
that.
fun.
That's such a concept.
Right?
I love that. I don't know why more shows don't do that. Like keep refreshing the cast. Like
yeah. Like Doctor Who has been going on for like 40 years.
yeah.
Because they
See,
just keep
that I
changing
could
them.
understand because Daniel and I
I
were just saying
love
like
that.
things should just end like season 3.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to. But if you do a refresh of characters, like Degrassi,
That's
those were
true. That's a good
forever.
point.
right?
Point.
And it's so good. It's so good. And then you can still like you build it. We should do a Degrassi like universe building. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not kidding.
No one's that into Degrassi.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Pick the word that best describes you. Okay, this question's really random, but confident, sassy, sensitive, fearless, passionate, humble.
Let's answer it for each other.
Okay. Okay. Let's answer for Darby first. I'm okay, wait, confident, sassy,
I
sensitive.
feel like you're very humble. Like, cause again, like
I was
you
gonna
have
say
some.
fearless because I feel like Darby has a lot of chaotic energy. Like not in a mean way. Like,
No, yeah.
that's just like a ginger thing, I think.
Yeah.
I was gonna say humble because she has so much like on-set experience.
Oh,
but
that's
she
true.
didn't.
And she was
But she's,
acting like nothing.
Yeah,
I was like,
huge
hello.
things. So I would say humble.
Yeah, Darby
Okay.
pick humble.
Okay, and Daniel, I
Oh,
would say.
the way I'm none of these.
Yeah,
The way
you
that's
are
0.
sassy.
Yeah, I can say sad, but I
You
also
are sassy though, but I'm not gonna pick that. I would say passionate.
Okay.
yeah.
I would say
Okay.
passionate.
Oh, I'm satisfied with that
Okay.
one. Okay, wait, confident,
If you
sassy.
say sassy,
No, that's not a good one. No one ever picks sassy for this. I think confident, especially recently. Like you kind of went off.
Yeah. I feel like those go hand in hand. Like
Yeah.
confident. I am. Yeah.
Oh my God,
I don't
this
know
is
what
so-
happened in the last 2 months. I'm just suddenly like confident with
Being
myself.
locked in your house.
what is the best thing to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a lot nicer.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a lot.
Darby and I are like, yeah.
Hurt people hurt people.
Okay. Okay, Tumblr.
Anyways,
So- Go ahead.
which superhero or which superpower would you most want to have? Super speed, super strength, telekinesis, ability to fly, ability to talk animals, ability to read minds. I know mine. I say this all the time and nobody ever really says this. Ability to read minds.
No.
It would save me so much hassle.
And
in my
then
life.
what if someone like Because you can't control what you think. So what if someone thinks something that they don't actually mean, and then you see them, and then you're like, okay.
Well, that's on you to not make an assumption. Just take it at face level.
No, I would actually be dead within months if I had that.
No, I would love it. I love it.
I go with Daniel a little bit. I think I would go crazy.
I overthink. No. For me, like, if you give me room to think and like, but if I could read your mind, I would be like, okay, at least I know a little bit about what's going on. Because that's just the Libra in me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Darby?
Yeah. I think telekinesis.
Wait, what? Oh, you can move things with your...
I'm lazy.
Oh my God, that would make life so much easier.
It would. That's honestly really good.
That's my big thing.
I think I'm going to do ability to... Yeah, I think I'm going to do ability to fly.
Such a lame one.
Why is that lame? I could go anywhere I want right now.
That's what I was
Teleportation.
Thinking.
That's not an option.
I know, but if it was.
Well, if it was, I would pick teleportation.
I'm too afraid of heights, I think.
Oh, me too. Just thinking about it,
my
hands start sweating.
Low to the ground.
At car level. That would be so stupid.
I couldn't do it either. I think I would be scared.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, now you made me hesitate. Okay, ability to talk to animals. Anyway, okay. I love animals. Okay.
You can talk to your fish.
Yeah. I'll be like, hey, are you okay in there, buddy?
Yeah, giant fish.
Okay, what's your weakness? My family, my significant other, my friends, food, self-doubt, or I'm too nice sometimes. Okay, mine's food. I don't...
Self-doubt.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
If your weakness is your significant other, I think you need to...
Therapy?
I think you need to move on.
I don't know. I'd self-doubt.
That's the way that these were all over the place. Those options.
Yeah. BuzzFeed quiz.
Yeah.
Pick a city to save: Seattle, London, New York, LA, Sydney, Tokyo. London. I would give my everything to be in London.
I would have picked.
And also,
LA.
it always dies. Like, I feel like London's always the first to go.
Yeah, but LA needs saving. I mean, desperately.
Yeah, it's true. I guess.
They need superheroes because LA is a mess.
But if you just, never mind. I'm not. That's a bad joke. I was gonna say if you just. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm like, part of me, my way is like, LA, you've had your time.
I think good point. It's a very basic setting.
I don't know, because I'm like, oh, Sydney and Tokyo, like, huh.
Oh, I love Tokyo. Never been. Love it.
Imagine a superhero in Tokyo.
Like, they tried to do Black. Oh, what's his name?
I'll just do LA. That's the one.
Yeah, see, LA needs more superheroes. LA is a mess.
I don't think he needs more superheroes.
If I was Storm and I lived in LA, I would clear that smog out of there so quick. Anyway, lastly, pick your favorite badass female celeb. Oh my God. Oprah, Emma Watson.
Mindy Kaling!
Oh, the way you already selected and got your answers before we even finished reading.
I didn't see though.
Lupita Nyong'o, Daisy Ridley, or Beyonce? Okay, you go first.
Is between Lupita Nyong'o or Daisy Ridley, I think, for me.
I think I'm gonna do Lupita Nyong'o. I mean, you can do that one. I love her.
She's great, but
she can do anything.
For me, obviously Mindy Kaling, because I screamed Mindy Kaling. Yeah. The
way you selected that so quick.
I love Mindy Kaling.
Okay.
Mindy Kaling, if you ever hear this, I would love to work with
I love my answers. Okay, who's going
cute.
first?
I'll go first, I guess. Go. Did you answer Darby?
Yeah, I did. I did Lupita Nyong'o.
Okay. My combination is Supergirl and Jean Grey. Like Supergirl, you have a big heart and are always driven to do the right thing. Libra. Justice. Also just me. Like Jean Grey, you are incredibly passionate and believe in love, but sometimes you struggle to love yourself.
The way that, didn't Jean Grey like kill everyone? Or did I imagine that?
Yes, she did.
Okay, yeah.
At different points, yes.
Yeah.
The way this makes so much sense.
The way BuzzFeed has like been very accurate.
Like they're really bad, but the thing that they end up at is just really good.
Okay, Darby.
Okay.
I got Shuri and Jessica Jones.
Same. I was like, wait, okay.
That's why we pick different answers.
No, it's okay.
Fine.
We can't lie about our answers because it's not accurate. That's the science of BuzzFeed.
Okay.
Okay. It says, so we both got Shuri and Jessica Jones. It says sass master in all caps. You're smart,
I would agree with
witty,
both of you.
And like to do what you want when you want.
Yeah.
You're incredibly strong and stand up for what you believe in while still managing to have fun and crack jokes. Yeah, I think it applies for both of us.
That applies for both of you.
See?
Yeah. Very
okay.
well.
BuzzFeed went off.
Yeah,
I
they
love
always
that quiz.
do. They always do.
But mine are both Marvel, and yours are both DC.
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind.
Oh yeah, huh?
Wait, Jean Grey's Marvel?
Yeah, she's X-Men.
I didn't know X-Men was Marvel.
Oh my god.
I literally thought it was DC.
Well, it's because Disney's.
Bye.
Anyway.
It has a DC aesthetic, no?
Yeah, which is
Okay.
because it's a mess doesn't mean that it's DC. That was so mean. I don't care.
Anyways.
No,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was good. I like that.
I liked it. Okay, time to get into the meat.
All right. So I wanted to know who the first female superhero was. So I Googled it, like on film. And it is Wonder Woman. And then also like her movie ended up being a TV series. But that was only in 1974, which when you think about it, wasn't very long ago.
Roughly what, 50? Oh my god, me thinking we're in the year 2000. That was like 45 years ago something.
Yeah, but it's not that long ago. Like our grandparents probably saw this.
Yeah.
Like, and they were like, well, my parents were born in like the 70s.
Were your parents, or Darby said a little bit, but were your parents into like superheroes at all?
No.
No?
Just my uncle.
Your dad isn't he though? A little bit.
They love the movies, but like they don't.
As a kid.
But yeah, growing up, well, my dad he was like into skating and being a nuisance. My uncle was the one that was quiet and read comic books, and
he was not like the other girls.
No, literally they like bullied him. Sorry, family, but they like bullied him because he was quiet.
My mom was very into.
Really?
Yeah, she was super into like, I think I get it from her. She was very into like the Batman and the Wonder Woman, but like the original like series, like the TV shows, the super cheesy ones.
Aww.
She loved those, and she still kind of like is into it now.
Yeah.
But my whole family is so.
Yeah, and I think the important distinction to make is like when like the 1974 and like this era of superheroes is not the era of superheroes that we know. Marvel completely flipped that on its head, but like. I feel like I've never watched the TV show, but like it's very like I've seen clips, you know, like when they do like
it's fun.
It's cute, it's cheesy for sure, like the invisible jet or whatever.
Where she's flying in the air.
Literally sitting on a chair is green screen. Like that is just so funny to me. And yeah, I led to TV series. And then I was Googling stuff and like I don't know. I have Supergirl 1984. that was a movie.
Yeah, it was one. They made it.
Yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much it. And then for that until like what is it 2000 and to the 2000s is like when when they tried, like DC tried it.
Well, I think the reason there was no superhero movies is because I don't think they thought anyone would be into them.
Yeah, because it was like a nerdy thing.
Yeah, and they were like, it's very specific. Like, no one's going to watch these movies.
Yeah.
And then...
So weird, though, because when you think about it, there's so much material.
Content.
There's so much content at your fingertips.
It's crazy, like, how many, like, different, like, storylines comic books have. And I feel like people that watch the film have, like, I mean, some people obviously know, but a lot probably do not realize how much... more like substance there is out there.
Yeah, and there's different versions of the same superhero. There's different universes because it's all made up. So like you can just do anything.
Yeah.
That's why I like it. You don't have to think too hard because the rules don't apply.
Literally, you don't have to think too hard. That's literally why people like it.
That's why that's why superhero movies are so big and they make billions of dollars. Marvel.
Well, the DC ones make a lot too.
They make a lot too, but like Marvel's so good at it.
Yeah, Marvel knows what they're doing.
Like they got it down pat.
They have the science of superheroes movies.
Because like if you listen to the podcast before, I'm not a big science fiction fantasy. If it doesn't make sense in the real world, I'm usually like no. But Marvel, when it comes to Marvel, I'm like yes. Because it's literally like they don't even try to like abide by the real life rules really. No. So that's imagine true. If like superheroes were real. Like I think about that all the time. No,
I would not want to.
I would hate that. God, if I lived in the Marvel, I would be like, can I just not?
Yeah.
Can I not? I think about that a lot. If that was real, like how
so much destruction.
Like,
why would anyone want to live in New York?
Gotham?
No. Yeah. Get out of there.
It's like there is a TV show, The Boys. I don't know.
That show's so good.
Yes, I really like that show. And that kind of like touches up on
that is the concept of that show, right?
Yeah, it's like if superheroes were real in a world with like capitalism and all this.
It is like, and it shows like this would be crap. It would be awful.
Yeah,
like
it would be awful.
And
They're all-
that show's funny because it is like the total other side. Like if this was real and like how just like crackhead crazy the world would be.
it's like scary. Like to watch. Like,
Yeah, it is.
are terrifying because they're like, oh,
Because they're
Superman,
treated like celebrities.
Yeah.
and like products. Like they're literally
Yeah.
products. It's
They're like
terrifying.
influencers.
Kind of. They have like TV shows and like shows on like E. It's like a fake E.
Crazy.
It's.
I have to watch it.
But they're like they abuse their power.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a good show.
Because anything with capitalism gets greedy.
Yeah, it's so scary. It's such a scary show.
Anyway.
It is. It's very gory though.
Yeah.
Really
It's sometimes like there's this the weird little like Aquaman knockoff
like, too
storyline
gritty.
is really weird. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So just if anyone wants to watch it.
They go down a rabbit hole, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I wonder all the time who wrote this. Like it is a comic book.
Really? Yeah.
So it's like
Wow.
yeah. It comes from
There's
like
so many comics out there.
It really is. Not all of them are like Marvel and
Crazy.
DC.
You ever
It's
been in a comic book store?
oh my God. Kimberly.
Me not knowing what the heck I'm talking about. No, I would always go into comic book stores and be like, but I would just look at Scott.
Like you're looking, you're hoping someone goes up to you.
Yeah.
That's the same energy as like going to a coffee shop and like doing homework there, hoping that someone's gonna like, okay,
It's like
not gonna
that.
happen.
Yeah. Anyways, I am crazy, but I am free.
Oh my God. So Catwoman came out in 2004. That was when they were starting again, kind of.
Yes.
When superhero films were kind of like
Yeah.
coming out again.
And like Catwoman's like an anti-hero.
Yeah, that movie was not good.
Like she flip-flops. She's like, I think I'll be good sometimes.
Yeah, but okay, here's the thing. This movie, the way, so Catwoman's just like
I
Batman.
loved it, but I think it's
No.
just because I love Halle Berry.
yeah, Halle Berry does look
Oh.
good in it. Like
That's why I liked it.
that's not
Because I was like, what? We were like in elementary school when this came out. So like obviously I didn't understand
think as a
the
kid I did like it.
nuances of what they were actually doing.
Yeah,
I was just like, ooh, Catwoman.
the way that I was
Gal.
terrified of that scene where the cat brings her to life, I was scared.
Yeah.
I was terrified.
The CGI, right? It was CGI, right?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
actual
so
cats.
it's like, yeah, obviously, but like it's just
But
like,
it's scary because it like gets in her face and I was like,
yeah.
also it was just very terrifying as a child.
I didn't realize it because I was rewatching clips of it because I'd seen it like obviously years ago, but I didn't realize how much actual cats were in it. I was like, I kept seeing cats. I was like, I don't remember.
Like imagine if Batman just had like a pet bat and like they like flew around with him.
Oh,
It's like too on the nose, you know?
And yeah, I said poor Halle Berry. That is my note because she
Yeah.
got ripped to shreds for this role.
But she knew it. Like she went to
Yeah.
accept the
Razzie.
Razzie for
yeah.
it.
Which I was like, aw.
Yeah, and like it's, I think that's really like admirable. Good for
Yeah.
her, and she's still
I
like a
agree.
superstar. So like
Yeah,
whatever, she won in the end.
It didn't even hurt her.
But I think that like this was like a really good one to talk about just because I feel like a lot of times, especially with like we see with like Black Widow when she got first like introduced and stuff, like the femme fatale thing, like it's like or like what's that, or like a dragon lady type of thing, not dragon lady, but like
The girl with the dragon tattoo? Is that what you're talking about?
no, like it's like a frick.
Oh,
the
it's a
film theory.
trope.
The film theory just left the thing.
I know
I
you're
know what
saying,
you're
but I don't know how to.
It's usually for like Asian characters where they're like trying to be seductive and like lure you in.
They're like
It's
sexy
like
and dangerous.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a femme fatale essentially,
Yeah.
and like they're using their body and like their sexuality to like lure people in, which is like okay, like yes, and like embrace your sexuality, but I hate when that's the only thing
Yeah.
that they show.
Well, I think it's
And
'cause
also her costuming. It's like literally like
skin tight.
skin tight leather, like that would rip if she was actually doing all those moves.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I think it's also because like most of this when it originally came out, like back in the 60s, 70s, whenever comic books were first starting, they were like predominantly male writers.
that's what I was
And
literally Googling. I
They
was like, is it
cannot
a man?
comprehend like women using like fists.
Yeah.
They're like, well, women can't fight, so they
Yeah.
have to use their like they cannot. But now we're getting superheroes like Jessica Jones, where she's like, I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah. A
Right
man
now.
directed it. So like I think this is for the male gaze. And I think that's
Yeah.
why it flopped so hard. Like she didn't, and like I don't know.
Frances Conroy was in that movie. Me not remembering that. Who is she?
No. Ophelia Powers.
I don't even remember.
That sounds like a familiar name. But yeah, I think like it was just, oh my god, the fish, like Jenna has like a giant fish and it's like it's being chaotic right now.
Yeah.
It's
just living.
But I think what am I talking about? Oh, one of my aliens rant in that. I don't know why I put it there.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, I'm gonna read you guys what Kimberly wrote. Normally, there's a love interest for all female superheroes, generally, which is so weird to me, especially the ones that are like aliens. But I guess they're aliens, and we don't know how they would actually act. What is it?
I read
Like
that.
this was like 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. So I was just like, I literally wrote like an essay outline for this podcast, and I was just going off. But yeah, I don't know. I think Catwoman 2004 was definitely for the male gaze.
Wait, has there even been another Catwoman?
No,
Anne
but
Hathaway.
Zoe Kravitz. Me forgetting Anne Hathaway. Hers was okay.
And like the little kid.
People don't like Anne Hathaway for some reason.
Who?
A lot of people.
Who doesn't like Anne Hathaway? For what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Anne Hathaway.
Did she do something?
No, I think just people are annoyed by her, which is so weird because she gave us
Maybe
diaries. So I don't know.
maybe I don't know when she did like Les Mis or something, and she
Went
sang
off my Miz though.
I don't know. Maybe just in my corner of the world, a lot of people don't like her. I feel like there's like a
no, or she's
and
very
of course
like, hush hush too. Like you don't really hear it. Like she has a
Yeah,
kid.
where is
she minds her business. She
she's,
has a child.
She looks the same. She has
Yeah.
not aged.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
This is an Anne Hathaway fan club. I have nothing against her.
Yeah. Anne Hathaway and then Zoe Kravitz, which I'm really excited for her, and because
Okay.
I'm so
Bad.
excited. I love Zoe Kravitz so much.
I'm excited to see. I feel like they're not going to put her in a costume in this movie.
Ah.
That is my theory.
With the trailer.
The whatever Robert Pattinson was wearing in the trailer,
The suit.
it was the suit.
He wears a Batman
he was
outfit.
wearing in one of the scenes with the heavy eye makeup. It didn't
Well,
look like he
because
was wearing
all
a
the
suit.
superhero, they had this in Arrow, but like when they have the mask
Yeah.
on, they put makeup around their eyes so it blends in
Yeah.
with the mask. But they'd never done that in any Batman movie before. So when I saw it, I was like, they went off because that's.
Oh, that's why he was wearing that. Girl, me.
You thought he was going to Met Gala or something?
I thought it was gonna be like an e-boy.
That's what you would go to. That makes sense.
That's where my mind
I
goes.
just thought Batman, he wears.
Hey, let's not drag me for this.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, and then there's also the little girl version of Catwoman from Gotham. She also went off.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
I
from
do like
here.
her.
You know what?
What do you mean?
She's from like San Diego.
That's right. We've talked about this.
And then I guess like the first female superhero movie in modern times for like
Once
us,
everything's like
once
big.
everything is big, like it wasn't like standalone film was Wonder Woman 2017. Let's let that sit in. The first female-led superhero movie 2017 when Iron Man, which was the first Marvel, like that was the first Marvel movie like to a universe build in 2008.
Yeah.
2008 to 2017 was when we got all the Avenger movies, we got like all that stuff, and not once. That's the one thing I will knock Marvel for. Really?
No, we can knock Marvel off a lot for their lack of diversity in the past 10 years.
Okay,
Sorry.
and that too.
But like, I feel like DC takes more chances than Marvel does.
Yeah.
Because they
will not be-
have to keep to like.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney. I mean, oh, sorry, just kidding. Not Disney. Marvel likes playing it safe
Well,
a little
and
too much
Disney.
for my comfort. I'm like, just
Well, both.
if they spice it up a little bit, imagine how much more money they would make.
Oh,
I think
100%.
yeah,
But-
definitely because it is a Disney like sub whatever company. It is very like
They're
they
trying
have-
to cater to everybody.
yes, yeah,
So-
very much. I think.
Yeah, I think DC's trying to be more edgy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, so I said, which is insane because of Iron Man, and like there's
Yeah.
been such a big gap between that, and especially because what Black Widow was introduced in 2010 in Iron Man 2. So, and I wrote in all bold and like caps, 7 years Marvel had to make the first superhero movie by. 7 years.
And I know they didn't think it's like, oh, just men watch this. Like I know they have analytics. They know what's going on.
But it's like men would love to, because men are gross, and they would love to see a woman in a
Yes, that is the whole point of
latex
like
suit.
most women superheroes from the beginning. Like if you look at the cartoon drawings of superhero women, they were
Yeah.
very sexualized.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the outfits, you're like, how are you gonna fight in that? That's barely clothes.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I don't know. What is your take, Darby, on all
I
that?
was trying to look like as to why like there was. I don't think maybe I didn't look hard enough, but like I was trying to figure out why it took so long for them to like why Marvel hadn't in all those years, and they had Black Widow. And I feel like I've read it before, but I can't remember. But my opinion is that like they had this like, because of how like structured they are, they have like their phases. They're already on to like phase 4 now. That like they already had things so set in mind that when people started wanting women,
that's
when
awful.
when people started wanting women like as like the leading like as the lead actor in a film, because I feel like it goes a lot hand in hand with like the women's movement in Hollywood and stuff. That's like Wonder Woman came out around like when that finally was picking up like steam and stuff, and so I feel like that played a big role, that there was no one advocating. Like obviously there definitely was, but not as mainstream as it is now. People weren't advocating for a woman to have like have like a leading picture. And I feel like that had like a big part in it, and that it was just so like people were so enamored with like the male superheroes that they just wanted to focus on that. And obviously it's about money, so they wanted to like profit off of that, which they wanted to profit off something they knew they were going to make money off of. But
which is why it's so important to have diverse voices in the room when you're choosing stuff. And I basically guarantee you that when Marvel was doing their phases, there wasn't much diversity in that room.
No.
So
I forget what his role was, but he was the president of something within Marvel, and there was an email that was leaked, and he said like, oh, because of how bad Catwoman did and Elektra, that's why we shouldn't be doing this, because there's like there's like 3 movies like that. It was
you
like
can change the narrative. You have the resources.
And that's why he said we're not gonna like pursue this. That was a big thing, is because they felt like those fails were that's what was gonna happen to them.
I forgot about that little scandal.
I hate when people have that mentality. Like, you can change the narrative. If you have the resources, like, change the narrative. And I think that's another reason why I want to start this podcast. Is like, because like you just need diverse voices.
Also, a lot of the female superheroes are so much more interesting.
Yeah.
Than like Batman. Like, okay, we love Batman, but
I'm tired of hearing that
backstory. It's
like, I'm rich.
I feel like I have to like him or something, because there's so many different versions. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You'll like at least one of them.
Yeah.
And like the Joker, oh my god.
I know.
You don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing the same things. Like, and there's so many other you see, if you look up Marvel superheroes and you see like the giant picture that has everybody in the comic books, where's all those people?
And the ones we've seen is like much.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many things, and like I know these companies are huge. They have to have at least the interns like looking into this stuff. Like, come on, like there's just so many things, and like I hope to see more different types of brand, which we are, like Brightburn and like different, and like The Boys and stuff, and like different takes on it rather than the cookie cutter stuff. Because it's gonna get stale at some point.
Yeah,
you know,
it is already
stale. But you know, and I think also for Black Widow, I think it was just weird. I think for me, out of all the female superheroes they could have had, you know, I think like her storyline, or like at least the way that they introduced her in the movies didn't capture people's interest as much.
Also, the way that they had to give her a movie after she died.
It is very weird.
Exactly. I forgot she died.
Yeah. It made me cry when it happened, but like, and I just feel, I mean, Scarlett Johansson, she's the highest paid actress in Hollywood right now, I think. So she's doing fine.
I read something interesting about like when they killed her off in Endgame. Like firstly, I kind of forgot that she didn't get like a memorial.
No.
At all. Like she got, and I didn't even realize. I was like,
they're like, oh my god, she died. Anyway,
well,
and then,
because
why couldn't they have? I don't know. Well, I saw today, like she said in an interview that like Black Widow, the movie, is the memorial in a way. It's like, yeah. I was like, okay, Marvel, whatever. I don't want to hear it.
But it was like interesting that this one article I read, it was like it definitely had its opinions, but it did make the point that it was like, because she it was made in Avengers Age of Ultron that she couldn't have kids, and this article was saying like because she was a motherless woman, she's a childless woman, like she couldn't bear kids, and like that she never was attached to kids, that like it was kind of like that's why they killed her off, because she they were saying women was like have kids and stuff, reproduce, that she couldn't do that. That's like a way a reason why she could have been let go as easier compared to like Hawkeye because he had a family, because he had kids. Yeah, I was like,
well, also if you
that's so messed up.
when one of my film theory classes we were talking about like the idea of the like, not to use the term that you don't like, but like the dangerous like badass woman and how they're never allowed to live. And in any movie that they're in, they end up dying. And it's like such a bad trope because it's like, see, this is what happens to women who like step out of the line.
Yes, I think about that all the time. Like in our film theory class, Darby and my film theory class, it was, I never even noticed that it was happening. Mm-hmm. But then our professor was like, so like, why did they do that? And I'm like, because they didn't stick with like the woman that has a kid and does the thing that her husband wants to do. They didn't fit into that mold and they killed them. It's so crazy. Like, are we like, let's get beyond that.
But
like,
it still happens.
It still happens. It still happens. And it's crazy. And like, get rid of love interest. Let's stop. Maybe we'll all have a less fucked up version.
Me watching Wonder Woman, I'm sorry, but I did not care a single bit about Steve Trevor. When you told me you were sobbing, I was like, from what?
Okay, no, I think it's just Chris Pine in general.
Yeah.
Also the music. So the music was during that scene.
Okay.
It was very powerful. Like, that was a very
impactful
part, even though it was like.
It was a good scene.
Yes, it was a good scene. I think Chris Pine, I just adore him. Also, I don't know. I didn't get like their relationship.
Me either.
Yeah.
And the way he's alive in the new one.
Yeah, that one I didn't.
I want to know. That better be the first thing I find out in the new one. I need to know why they're doing
to address that.
They just wanted to put him in a fanny pack.
Yeah.
Why? It's like in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. And then do you want to go over my point that's controversial?
Oh my god. So Kim wrote in our little Google Doc, she wrote, like, the only good superhero movie DC has is Wonder Woman, which is not wrong. It's good. It's a great movie. I loved it so much.
Patty Jenkins really went off.
Patty Jenkins always goes off. But DC is starting to go.
Oh, wait, hold on. A concept. A woman directing a female superhero movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And she went off.
And she did.
See? If a woman had directed Catwoman, she would have been like, the cat making her come alive is stupid. But I also wrote like Birds of Prey and Shazam are some of the maybe not audience scores, but like scores are like, well, for Shazam a little bit. I think everyone liked Shazam. Shazam's a great movie, but no one watched it.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job marketing it.
They didn't, but I love Zachary Levi. That's why.
Yeah.
He did it really
smart for casting him.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
That movie's so good.
And I love the kid.
Yeah.
And the director is the guy who directed Annabelle 2.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
My friend said it was good because she went to test screening, but I don't know why I didn't see it. I think something else was at the same time, and I was like, I would rather see that. Birds of Prey, I didn't like.
Did you like it?
I liked it. I bought the DVD.
Same. Me too. And I paid full price.
I didn't.
You did? It was like $13 on Amazon. I was like, oh.
Really? Me paying $27.
Well, you have the DVD version, right?
Oh, I have the one that's like Blu-ray DVD and like the digital.
Yeah, that's different.
I guess, but $27 is a lot for that movie.
Yeah, I didn't like Birds of Prey. I actually really did not like it.
I don't understand. Okay, I love the look of it. I love the style of the movie.
I like the costume design. I will give it that.
You said you didn't like it.
I watched it again and I realized I like it. It makes sense.
It works for that world.
Yeah.
For like a Gotham set, and also the Gotham in this movie. I love the Gotham.
When I put the campy lens on it, I was like, all right.
Yeah. Wait, no, it's not Gotham. She's somewhere else, but it's set in like LA, downtown LA, and I loved it. But yeah, I don't know. I love Birds of Prey, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Didn't like it.
Okay.
Did not like it. Sorry about it. Which is like really weird because it's like a feminist film.
Well, who directed it?
A female.
Wait,
right?
what was her name?
Oh, I just read it too.
No,
but there was like I was reading an article. I don't know if it was the director that was giving the quote, but the quote said something like, kind of touching on when you're talking about costume design, was like they like the promotional pictures and just like the costumes in general. They're not like typical like female superhero like costumes. It's very like the Harley Quinn, but like not overly sexualized or like very like revealing and stuff like that. And this, whatever I was reading, it said like, oh, like that's what happens when you have a female producer, writer, and director, is that like you get real women, not what, you know.
And the thing is, like, it's sad that the movie itself didn't do that well in terms of money, because the men movie fans are whiny little rats.
Yes.
And they were like, why is Harley Quinn wearing that? I was like, because
because it's not everything is about the male gaze.
No, literally. I that's personally my favorite Harley Quinn movie outfit, like Margot Robbie.
I love Margot Robbie.
Like, they came out with the new Suicide Squad one, and yes, it looks more like the traditional Harley Quinn, but the Birds of Prey one with the like the jacket with the thing on the side, I love that look.
And I think that's why like the female superhero movies maybe don't work for people, because like a majority of comic book readers are men. Like that's just a fact. And these men are very particular and very Star Wars, like that kind of vibe. Like very God. Like they put that on a pedestal, and it's such a bad mindset to have in general, but like it's just like they love the classics too much. And it's just like
get over it.
It's like, come on, like it's like 2020. Like
I feel like that's one thing that like comic book like superhero fans, they have a hard time like letting go and realizing like current culture and how things are like socially, and like when I was like on YouTube looking up like kind of like opinion videos and like reviews, like oh my God, like there were so many that were like the sexiest superhero, top 10 sexiest superheroes, top 10 like sexiest I was like, it was so many, and I was like,
because they just view the female superheroes as like a sexual object. The body,
I was like mad. I was like, Jesus, like
gross. We're reclaiming it. It's happening.
Yeah.
We're starting to. And so for Marvel, their first female-led superhero movie is Captain Marvel.
What year was that? 2019?
That was 2019.
That was last year.
That was last year. And I feel like, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say I loved
I rewatched it yesterday.
But I didn't like the movie.
Yeah. I didn't like the movie.
I didn't hate it. I watched it for my birthday.
Oh yeah, I didn't hate it. And I watched it again and I was like, cute.
It's a good movie.
It's a solid movie, but when you put it up against all the other Marvel movies, it's like...
It is very, it had a hard time, like, I don't know if that's the right word, but like keeping up with the rest of them.
Yeah, it was like trying too hard to be like, I don't even know what.
The Skrulls in general confused the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't do a good job introing what they were.
And the thing is, I think that's the new like big, like how Thanos was the first one.
Yeah.
For like the first 10 years or whatever. I think
they're definitely starting something with like more aliens in that like galaxy.
Yeah. Which I think, I just don't, because I rewatched it again because I was like, why didn't I like it? I literally couldn't remember why I didn't like it. And so I watched it again last night, and I love the little girl.
Yeah.
Which is great because I'll talk a little about that later. She's so cute. She's like my favorite part about the movie. I love that relationship with her and the mother, like the best friend. Like I don't remember the name.
And the way they do it is like, she's gonna come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
it's beautiful, and it made me cry when she gave her the jacket. Like I love that. It was great. That was the best part of the movie. But the action part and like the superhero part, I was like, I didn't really care about it, and I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know. It's super American. That's a good point. That's what I like.
Not even Captain America is
this.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about it like that.
It's weird.
I don't know how to put it into words, but I'm glad we all are on the same page about it.
Yeah, we all understand our thoughts.
Yeah, hope you do too if you're listening.
I think you did touch on like in the notes that like I did really enjoy that there was no romance. Like they obviously have the implication that she is like bi or she is lesbian. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But and then they didn't include that, and some people were kind of like, well, we thought that might be part of it and stuff, and but I like that. That's a big thing for me in like those movies is like not having like a romance. I really enjoy like.
You don't have to establish a sexuality in like I don't know why movies always have to like and why people feel entitled to know someone's sexuality.
Yeah, that's it. So I was kind of like,
not your business.
People were so heated about that. I was like,
people are people beyond their sexuality.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't I was kind of confused why that was such a huge thing, because I'm like, I'm like, just some people
Our
like it's a big deal, but yeah, exactly. I was
our
like,
culture is very sex driven, and it's weird that our culture is so sex driven, but nobody. It's such a taboo subject.
Yeah.
It's such a
It's
weird thing.
very weird.
That's a whole podcast in
Yeah. But
itself.
also, I think in terms of like blockbuster movies,
Yeah.
whenever because there's no blockbuster movie, or like most of them, they're still too afraid to do LGBTQ plus characters.
Yeah.
So what a lot of them do, like Marvel, Harry Potter, all of them, is they'll be like, guys, there's a gay character coming, and they'll imply it a little bit, and then just not go through with it. Like, but with Captain Marvel, like, yeah, we don't have to know her sexuality, the first one. But then the way they were with the friend, I was like, oh, they're like, the first scene that they're together, I'm like, oh, they were like lovers at some point, or like that was her girlfriend. And then they just don't touch into it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but that's a check on ourselves, I think, as like consumers of products. Like or like media in general, like it's just like everybody does it, and it's like something that I think we just have to dismantle within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like we do not have to know someone's sexuality, because I think we put a lot of worth into that, which is like a really weird layered topic that I would definitely have to do more research about to like talk about. And it's just really weird to think about. I thought about that a lot, because every single character I looked up, I was just like, oh, love interest. Oh, why do I care? Why do I care about it?
The way that, speaking of, Black Widow has been the love interest of like 4 different Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. And that's ugly. I think and like there's no asexual. Like, why can't she just be asexual?
Yeah.
Like, why can't she just like?
That would have been a lot better. I would have liked that a lot more, rather than having that sexual tension.
It makes sense.
The sexual tension between her and the Hulk. I was like, what's going on?
That was
I think they had a good opportunity to like just make her, especially because like I feel like her whole thing is like, especially like at the end when she goes off and she's like, don't contact me unless it's a real emergency. Like, she really just wants to protect. Like that, I think, why isn't that her purpose? To protect? And like, why does her sexuality matter? And but I did say like an LGBTQ plus also includes asexual, and I think also for the future of like a diverse superhero, the little girl is supposed to be a superhero, I guess. I looked up, so I thought that was really cute. I just want to say that, like, I just think that's so cute. And I just like how that's what I like about superhero movies, is like it never ends with that one person. Like Captain America, like the whole passing off at the end of Endgame, like Captain America passing it off to a new Captain America. It's not a whole new person. Like, their purpose is still the same. So I like that, and I like the potential shift that we're gonna see in Marvel in the next phase.
God, I hope so. If
they set it up pretty well. They have they literally have a layup.
It's right there.
It's right there. It's, hey, Marvel, it's right there.
But also the new one, the new Marvel movie, I think that's coming out, the next one is called The Eternals, and supposedly that's the first gay superhero in that movie.
Yeah, I read that they said specifically who, and that they are like, it's 2 characters in it, and they have like a child. They're actually in their family is like one of their like driving factors for that character, which I was like, oh, and that cast is very like.
That is huge.
Really?
Well, no, like, I mean, like, in terms of actors.
Yeah, actors. Who is it? I don't know.
You're gonna.
I don't remember the name of the main.
I can't even think. There's so many people in it. I just can't. My mind. Richard Madden's in it.
When they were at Comic-Con.
Oh, Kumail. That's when Kumail and Johnny got ripped.
Yes.
Angelina Jolie.
This is about women.
Oh
my God.
This is very diverse.
Right?
I counted like 5 different people of color. I was like, wow.
All right, we got a mix. Why is someone's name Sprite?
They're aliens. I don't know.
Yeah. I think
gosh. Yeah. This is good.
It's a good cast. I want to see it so bad, but like COVID.
February 1st, 2021. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. Wonder Woman got pushed again. 1984. It was supposed to come out in October. Now it's December.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just release it on video, but I want to see that movie in the theater.
Yeah.
I'm pushing it. I'll wait.
Yeah. We went on a whole tangent about
and Black Widow, like,
yes, exactly.
Especially the superhero, like, female superhero movies. Can you imagine how rude it would be if, like, Black Widow, this whole time everyone's like, please, a movie, and they're like, okay, and then they just throw it on Disney Plus? That would be so disrespectful.
My eyes just went dead. Yeah. So do we think that Black Widow should have gotten her movie first. Just like
First of what?
like first before Captain Marvel.
Ooh.
Because I feel like that was a hot topic. Like when Captain Marvel got announced, everyone was like, "What about Black Widow?"
Yeah, I think that's why I had problems with Captain Marvel at first, because everyone had I don't know the right word, but like growing with like Black Widow in the past like I don't know, even like 10 years maybe.
Yeah.
So everyone was kind of like I think like surprised and almost like a little like I don't know if offended that like the fact that she didn't like get it. But I think that's why at first I did have a problem with it, because I was kind of like, why are we bringing this person? And I wasn't familiar with Captain Marvel at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like who like
She's the most powerful,
yeah,
powerful being in the Marvel universe, I guess.
The way that they hyped her up so much, and in Endgame she like pops in for 5 seconds and leaves.
Yeah, and that's another thing is like that's like they released Captain Marvel right before Endgame, right? So like everyone's like, oh well, I guess I have to watch it. That's why it did better than Wonder Woman, is because like everyone, well, I need to watch this because it's gonna make sense for Endgame. When it actually you did not have to watch Captain Marvel to understand Endgame. But I think that's why I think Black Widow should have been before it, because then it would have had even more of emotional pull when she died.
Definitely.
Because like you can tell in the scenes where like, well, at least from the trailers, where she's like sitting down with like Florence Pugh's character and like what's his name? The guy from Stranger Things?
David Harbour.
Yes, they're like they were her family before the Avengers were.
Aww.
And something's gonna happen to them. Something not good is gonna happen to them.
That's why so, I'm happy.
It would have been so much more interesting and oh my god, chill. It would have been so much more impactful if we saw that right before and then she died, than if she died and you're like, okay, now we'll tell you. Like, what?
That's a really good point.
What the discussion
I mean,
was.
I guess we'll have to see what happens in the movie. Maybe they're like, oh, just kidding, the one that died was an alien and she's still alive.
Yeah, honestly,
something like that.
Yeah, Iron Man's because now she's dead. So like after this Black Widow movie, that's it. So whatever they do in this Black Widow movie, it's just like we just have to take it every.
They were trying to set up Florence's character as the new Black Widow. That's what I heard.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I love Florence Pugh, but that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but we love Florence Pugh, as does America.
Oh my god, me saying it wrong this whole time, you didn't even correct me.
Yeah, I know. You can't. If you watch the video, I'm like
Puth.
I was like, okay, Puth. Charlie Puth. Yeah. Ew. Okay. And then.
So okay, now oh my god, the way we've been talking so long. Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit about like the CW, because that's a whole other monster.
So because the movies that we did well, obviously TV wants to buy into it, especially because there's a whole catalog of superheroes you can just choose from. Netflix had their shot at it; they canceled all of them. So
that's
nothing to talk about there. But CW is still going strong.
CW won in terms of they did.
It's true.
They did what what the DC movies can't do.
Yes.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I was just kidding. I thought Darby was putting was. So they did what? Yeah, I think they did this DC thing so well.
Yeah.
Where like they have every year they have like the crossover event, and it's like movie level. Like they do an episode from each show, so it's like 5. So in total, that's like the length of like 1 or 2 movies.
Wow.
Which is insane.
I don't know how that scheduling would be a nightmare. But like,
and how they fit that many characters. Like Endgame did it, but like the way the CW shows is so different, and the way they did this most recent one. Well, spoilers. Do you care if I spoil it? Have you seen it? The Crisis on Infinite Earths.
No, but I would watch like YouTube clips of it, but I don't remember because it was a couple months ago.
Do you care if I spoil it?
Go ahead.
Okay, so everyone listening, I'm about to spoil it. So basically, in this most recent one, it was like their Endgame. So Arrow dies at the end of it, but what happened was like he like saved the multiverse or something. So then how it ends, like he dies, and then they show clips from every other DC thing. So like Gotham, all the like other TV shows that you think aren't related, and tie it all together. Every TV show.
I guess got chills.
Yeah, every TV show that DC has ever made, like Smallville. The Smallville Superman was in that. That show is so old.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like tie it all together, and they're like, so there's different Earths in this universe, and the main one is the CW one, but they're all connected. It's insane. It was so good.
I love it. I love how they get into like.
Wow.
universe. Yeah.
Awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's such a good scene. I think
It's really neat.
that's what the DC movie should have done, and that's what I think they're gonna do with the new Flash movie, because Ben
Oh,
Affleck's
it had
Batman
Ezra
and that
Miller.
other Batman
Yeah.
are gonna be in it.
Ezra Miller was in the Flash TV show.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's the other Batman that's in the new Flash movie? Do you know? The one, he's an older Batman. Something with a K. Oh my God.
Michael Keaton?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's Batman?
Well, he's been
I
Batman
know, but Michael
What?
Keaton's
I
Batman.
don't know this.
Like his version of Batman.
His version of Batman and Ben Affleck's version of Batman are going to be in the new Flash as Batman.
I did not know that.
Well, yeah, it's because the story they're doing for the Flash. Oh my God, I was going on a tangent. Okay, I'll finish this real quick. The story they're doing for the Flash is Flashpoint. So it's basically like he goes back in time to save his dad from dying, and when he comes back, he messed up everything. So like Batman doesn't exist, Wonder Woman's evil, like all this stuff, and so then when he fixes it and goes back, there's like a new universe. And so what they did, they used that in the comics to kind of fix all the timeline issues.
Superhero movies, they can make up anything.
Yeah, so that's what people are thinking
Yeah.
the Flash movie is going to do for DC.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, the new Joker and the Suicide Squad Joker are in the same universe, and it doesn't matter. And that's
doesn't.
It doesn't matter, but it's confusing.
it's confusing, but that's what the theory of the new Flash movie is going to
Yeah.
Dude, Superhero, they're so cool.
be. Yeah.
They're just so cool.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what the CW shows are doing right now. And
Yeah.
the CW shows are taking a lot more risks than the movies are,
Mhm.
Especially shows like Supergirl,
Yeah.
which was originally on CBS. Because
Really?
it wasn't
Yeah.
related at all, and then no one was it wasn't that big. Like I was still watching it, but it
Yeah.
wasn't that big. And so then CW was like, we'll take it, and they put it on the CW. And
After like season 3, the reviews started going down, and like to cut production costs, I guess CW when they were like got it, it was cheaper to make or something. Like
because they were making it in like a completely different place.
Yeah.
And like then they moved it to where all the CW shows are filmed in Vancouver. And it went on like it's going well for them because it just works better because like they already have their own little universe established, so to make it on a different channel wouldn't really make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Supergirl's been going off, and they had the first transgender superhero. The actress's name is Nicole Maines, and the character she plays is Nia Null. And the like superhero name is like Dreamer, and she like dreams the future or something, I think is what she does. But yeah, and it's part of her story, so it's not like they cast a transgender actress and playing like a not transgender character.
Yeah.
It's like part of like her origin story and why she's a superhero. Which I think is the coolest thing ever, because a lot of little kids watch these shows.
I've read that.
Supergirl. I love it.
Yeah, it is very like, and I remember because like I watched the first probably 3 seasons, and I haven't watched it since. Just because it got like, if I don't watch it when it's airing, I'm really bad at rewatching it. Like, but I remember like a lot, and like when I was reading about it, just to remind myself that like a lot of people took like as like that it was like cheesy and stuff, but like they were doing like in her universe, because her like the Supergirl takes place in different like universe than like the Flash, because it's like the whole multiverse thing. So it's like aliens exist in her universe, and so like a lot of it was like about alien rights, which like in our world it's like goes into like immigration rights. Like they do a lot of like things that are like in like that are like, what's the right word? I can't think, but like
parallel. Yeah.
It parallels things that are going on in our real world to an extent, and like they had a pretty like diverse like her sister, like Supergirl, Kara's sister, ends up being gay, and it like comes very like smoothly. It's nothing like smoothly. It never was like made a big deal, but it always was like the way they did it was very well done. Like I don't know, the whole like I just feel like the whole way they did that was like, I know a lot of people don't. I don't know, people have a problem with it, but like I feel like
I think
they've done a really good job at like
to like slip it in and like make people like
Well, the Supergirl, okay, I'm gonna be honest, Supergirl is one of the better like because a lot of them they get stale a bit. The Supergirl one I think is one of the more original, like the writers know how to keep things fresh, and so but yeah, the way they're they do like alien rights, and like the president in that universe is like Linda Carter, I think, the original Wonder Woman.
It is.
Yeah. And so yeah, and they do a lot of you're right, like they have like the alien rights. So there's like protests and they're like aliens, like I don't know. It's weird how they do that. Like a lot of superhero shows do that, and
Yeah.
Supergirl, it's a little bit cheesy sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's just interesting how they like, it's just, and that was one of the main things off season 1, like I remember, was like part of like the whole storyline and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Very interesting.
If anyone is like into superheroes and you have not seen any of the CW shows because you think outfits, yes, they're cheesy, but the writing is very well done.
Yeah, some of the editing and the fight scenes are cheesy too.
Oh, and the CGI is. But if for a TV show, like you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, for a TV show, it's good. Trust me, like I was just like, you know what, I think I need to watch a little bit of Supergirl for this because I just need to know a little bit. And now I'm like gonna finish it. I really like it.
Yeah. And Batwoman, the show that she was the first. Is she lesbian? I think she.
Yes, they started off right in the first 10 minutes. They established that. Like I was very surprised. Like I was watching. I think it was like I didn't check the timestamp, but I meant to. I swear, I've been like 5 minutes in, and like they show her like kissing another woman, like who she has a past with. Like the reason she's returning back to Gotham because she's like away and like training, but then she comes back for this woman she's like had a past with, and I was like. Shocked, right? I was like, oh my god, I love that. Like
I didn't even know it took place in Gotham, which like obviously, but for some reason I thought it was like in New York.
That one is her name's Kate
Kane.
Kate Kane, yeah.
But so they recast. I don't know what the T is behind that. I don't know.
I read is because she got injured while filming before, like I don't know if it was I don't think they ever finished season 1 on. I think it was during COVID that they were supposed to finish, but it stopped.
You're right.
They might have finished it, but she got really badly injured, like a back injury, and she wanted to continue doing it. This is what she released. The actress released. This is why, but she got hurt, and that's why she went.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got like really badly like a back injury, and she like usually people have like months to like heal from it, but she's like I didn't have that time if I wanted to do the show. So she had to like pass the mantle to someone else.
They went off with the casting.
They really did.
They really did.
Yeah. A black gay actress, and that is so. I'm so excited to see that because I didn't really watch the first season of Batwoman just because I had already like stopped watching most of the CW shows except like Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl. But when they announced a new casting for Batwoman, I was like, okay, yeah. I have to.
And I think that's like a lot of people are on the same boat as you. Yeah. Like I think the casting decisions for superhero TV shows, movies are very like under the microscope, I guess you would say. Like it's gonna change change the way people do. I think especially for people our generation, I think we're like really fed up with like the same things. So I think they're going to be really smart for casting. And I think just like tie it up because we've been talking forever. The future of female superheroes, I'm very excited for because I think especially with the TV, because they're taking the risk. And I think a lot of times like people like test the waters on TV before they do it to movies.
That's true.
So I think the future is bright for that. I'm excited to see how they do Black Widow and how that ties in with the current Marvel universe because it has to. I feel like
it's like the first phase. Oh wait, no, just kidding. Was that Spider-Man? Okay, they have like phases, and they're like each one is like there's a first one and like beginning and an ending, and they're supposed to like feel like beginning and endings. I don't know if it's Black Widow or if Spider-Man did that. I think it was Spider-Man.
I feel like Spider-Man did that. That was like the end of phase 3 was.
Oh, Spider-Man was the end of phase 3. So then Black Widow is the beginning of phase 4.
Yeah. So it will. So I'm interested. How is that gonna? The timelines are and that's another issue I have with sometimes superhero movies is like you really can't. And also I think that's a pro because it gets them more like hype. Yeah. Is like because you kind of have to like figure out where this is in the to keep track of where this all is, in the timeline. And I think whenever I'm sure Marvel already has a plan, but I hope within this plan, other phases like they introduce a lot more diverse characters because I feel like the first like round of Avengers very classic superheroes like played it safe, which like it makes sense because you had to establish it, but now that they are so established and it's proven they can like just throw things out and then they'll still make their money over tenfold. Like I hope this is good, especially with all the passing of the torches and stuff. Like I'm hoping this means more interesting characters.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think they cast. Oh my god, I saw this recently and I completely forgot. But so there, a lot of the Disney Plus Marvel shows are they're doing the little risks there, but like it's weird. I'm like, Marvel, you already got us. You already have our wallet. Just do it on. Which like, okay, yeah, we'll still watch it, but what I think they're doing is they're starting the like young Avengers because they're putting each of these characters in. So like Kate Bishop, who is Hawkeye's daughter, she's gonna be in the TV show, and then
they're so smart.
Hulkling, which is like another Hulk version.
Hulkling.
He's like he's like a younger version. Yeah. He's also a gay character, but he's gonna be in the WandaVision show or something. But so they're setting these all up in the TV show, and people think they're gonna have a young Avengers.
Marvel took notes from DC on that.
They really did, 100%. And they can't even pretend that they didn't because that's literally what DC did.
Iconic, really.
And then DC's trying to do what Marvel did on movies.
Wow. All just presentation at the end of the day. And then I guess just something that is like gonna be interesting to see what they do with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Since Chadwick Boseman passed away, what they're gonna do. They're gonna recast him, which I feel like a lot of people are very opposed to.
There's no way they're gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they will.
Marvel's not so
And
good.
Also in the comic books that Shuri becomes Black Panther. So I think it's kind of like obvious at this point what they should do.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Shuri-led Black Panther movie.
I think that would.
I love her character, and she's very Gen Z. She is Gen Z, so it's gonna be really cool to grow up with her as well, because she's in like an age for us where we can grow up with her through the movies as well. So I think it'll be really cool.
And Black Panther has such a rich set of characters
and a beautiful landscape. Literally.
And I think the fact that now it's going to be like very female led is also like they're doubling that impact that it already had on the first one. The fact that they're making it more female, which I'm assuming I would be shocked honestly if they didn't do that, or if I don't think they just cut it completely because they're not.
Imagine like me pitching, hey Marvel, if you're listening, I'm pitching you the new Black Panther movie. Imagine like what's Denai Okoye, I think it's her name. Yeah. Imagine her trying to like train Shuri's character, but Shuri's like kind of a little chaotic and like all over the place, and so they like going on little
because like obviously like they're gonna have she's a child, so like she's gonna be like, I wasn't ready for this, and she loves her brother, so it's gonna be really hard for her.
Oh my god, that movie's gonna be so good.
I know. That's something like they're really gonna like. They're gonna do well in this. I really have faith.
I'm so excited.
So good.
What is the actress's name? Letitia Wright? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Letitia, we love you. And I'm so excited to see what they do with her.
She's amazing. And I can't wait for her. And I think there's so much they can do. I think the future of female superheroes is bright.
Yes.
I think I'm excited for it. I'm like, I get giddy sometimes thinking about it, but I hope also like sometimes I think Marvel and DC are a little bit smarter about it now because like there's a lot of eyes on them.
Yeah.
So and especially with like Black Panther getting Black Panther was nominated for Oscar, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. So like they have the Oscar potential now, and like now that the Oscars like have all these rules and set that they have to have diverse teams, and I think in general, Marvel and DC like oh God, the fish just like jumped. Marvel and DC like are taking the steps. I would think to have a diverse team.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm excited to see what that means for the storylines.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Just like
I think, and just looking at like the phase 4 of Marvel, there is like, I know I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but there is an Asian American like film that is like about like that has to do
Shang Li, I think.
Yeah, Shang. I didn't know how to Shang. So.
Wait, can you Google that because I don't want to.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know. I was like, I don't know. It's like a 2 words. Yeah, I couldn't remember. But that one, look, they introduced that at Comic-Con, and I remember that looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't even know that was a
thing. So the not Shang is Shang-Chi. He's the half Chinese and half American superhero created by Steve Englehart and artist Jim Starlin.
This is so fun.
The aesthetic for that looks really cool. They released, I think, the title thing of it, and you can tell his outfit is so cool. I was looking at it right now on the laptop. Yeah, that's exciting. I think that's the second one after Eternals. So it's like Black Widow, Eternals, and that one.
Yeah, see, so there's already a lot of diversity in the docket. So
they're ready.
And like we're ready to go, and I think it'll be really interesting also to see how audience react to it.
Yeah.
Because how audience react to it is also going to affect what they do. And I think especially with everything going on, Black Lives Matter movement, the pandemic also, and like just people taking this time to like become more aware, I think. And like, I don't know, I think for me personally, I've become a totally different human during this time. So it's just like, it's going to be interesting, and how everybody just kind of has time to reflect and like seeing if that actually will follow through. Cause like it seems stupid to like some people. And I think a lot of people have this notion that like, well, it's just a superhero movie.
Yeah. But how,
no,
like to
any
grab
media
up,
you consume is it affects people. It affects children.
No, we talk about this like every single episode, but what kids see on the screen is so important, because kids are going to grow up seeing a transgender superhero. They're going to grow up seeing like BIPOC superheroes. They're going to be seeing so many diverse characters that have superpowers, which is so
huge,
important.
so important.
Anyway,
I know I read something. I think I like actually saved the quote, because I thought it was like it said, it was from a sci-fi, like the Sci-Fi Wire website, and I really liked what it said. It said, at this time of enormous sweeping social change, it's important that television and film provide an abundance of roles and role models for diverse girls and young women and men. Yeah, and then we know that representation matters, and as evidenced by this report. Yeah, and it said, on our research found that female sci-fi and superhero characters help bridge the confidence gap for girls, making them feel strong, brave, confident, inspired, positive, and motivated.
Exactly. And I think like it's huge, because I think a lot of us, I think especially when I look at characters, I'm like, I don't really have many people that I relate to, because like I'm an incredibly independent person that I don't like want my worth to be about a man. And I think a lot of people feel that way. And I think we need to see more characters in general like that. And I think we have a good start, but I don't think it's diverse enough, and I think it's more interesting that way. And I think we're on a horizon. We're going up the roller coaster, and we're seeing all the things, and I just can't wait to finally dive into it. And I think that's like, I'm scared to go into film and television, of course, because it's so unpredictable. We all are. But like, I think that this is what gets me excited, and that's why I love doing this podcast. I feel like so much more positive energy from it, because I'm so excited to see all the potential. And there's a lot of like, I feel like open arms. To see more things that like people like us want to see.
Yes.
So,
which is exciting. So thank you, Darby, for coming onto our podcast and all your superhero knowledge that you gave to us. Because honestly, I feel like she knows way more than I do.
She knows a lot about superheroes.
Yeah. We're excited to see what new Hallmark movie you come up with. I mean, imagine Darby being in charge of all the Hallmark movies. Like, they come out with only a month.
She's gonna be in charge of the DC superhero movies or superhero.
That would be
because you grew up watching like the CW superhero shows, so we need people like that.
We need a woman in charge of like the DC movies.
No, I think also like it. Like, you should be into things that you're passionate about, and like so
especially the people. Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah.
Darby would not be talking bad about these movies in emails, by the way, just to anyone listening.
Yeah, but
Darby's ready.
But it's also okay to acknowledge the faults and the things that you've done.
Yeah.
But maybe not in emails. Well, no, other people.
Oh, well, that's different. But that's because they're white men who are like literally selfish and only care about making money. But we need more good intended people that don't really care about the money and care about the stories that they're putting on the screen. And that's when you're going to see the change. And I think once you do that from a genuine place, then more people are going to buy into it. And I think that's why some things flop, because you're just doing it for like a cash grab. But I think like also like movies are forever. Like once you put it out there, once you release it, it can gain a following over time.
Oh yeah.
So there's tons of movies like that. So
that's exciting.
That's my nod on the film industry.
So Darby, where can people find you if you plug anything? We have a new short film coming out that we plug every single episode, and it will come out at some point. And Darby worked on that too, so just
this year,
please.
I guess Instagram is like the main thing I use, which is I don't even honestly know.
You should start doing
I
LinkedIn.
don't know how many S's is in it. It's Darbs, DARBS. I think 2 S's, 48.
The way I knew that. Why do I know that? I was like, I knew your handle.
Yeah,
It's
I know everybody's handle. It's
Okay.
really bad.
But yeah, we should start doing LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I don't even have one.
Oh, that's a
So I'm professional, but I don't
really,
have
you
one.
don't?
Well, I have one, but I don't use it.
I love LinkedIn.
I don't-
Yeah.
Do you have LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
Marvel
Darby
at
Neveu.
Marvel. What's the guy's name? The bald one. What's his name? The guy that's in charge of all the Marvel movies.
Girl, I don't know.
Kevin
Well,
Feige? Kevin
the
Feige?
Biden?
Girl.
Wait, what'd you say?
Kevin Feige, the guy
Yes,
that's in
that guy.
Yeah.
He Darby's on LinkedIn, sir. So go check it out. Go check out Darby's LinkedIn. She's ready.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think my LinkedIn's just my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, go check out what Darby's doing, and our short film coming out soon.
Okay.
Hopefully this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
All right. Stay safe, everybody.